survival curve is a plot of surviving fraction against dose. The dose could be of radiation, cytotoxic drug, or other cell-killing agent. To interpret this graph, when the radiation dose is increased, it will also increase the irradiated and cell kill. When the increasing of radiation dose, it will also reducing the surviving fraction. So we will take a look at the type of curve models. The models needed formula to explain shape of the cell survival curve using a mathematical formula. They have a few types of curve models, but we will only go detail about repair saturation model. Shape of survival curve depends on only a dose-dependent repair, which means as the radiation dose is high, the amount of cell damage is high, so the amount of repair requirement is also high. So as we can see here, the graph, the steep dashed lines, it reflects the high LET radiation. Because from here we can see there is no shoulder, which means one single hit, it can completely damage all the cell and it can cause double strand break. That's why as the radiation dose increase, the surviving fraction will decrease linearly. As for the solid line, it can repair some of the lesions because of the low LET radiation. It has shoulder at low dose region. This shoulder reflects the sublateral damage. It can cause the single strand break, and so it can be repaired because of the single strand break. That's why at low dose region has high surviving fraction because it can be repaired.
We look at this graph, which is the amount of damage against the velocity of repair. So initially, when a low dose radiation is given, the amount damage caused is of course low. So the amount of these repair enzymes required will be low, so initially it will be totally unsaturated, the repair enzymes. But as the amount of radiation dose irradiated increases, the amount of damage caused to the cell will also increase. So of course there will be more repair enzymes required, and that's why the repair enzymes become partially saturated at this point. But eventually it reach a point where so much dose of radiation is given that the damage is so high, the amount of repair enzymes available cannot sustain the huge amount of damage. And that's why you can see at this point where the velocity of repair eventually becomes constant due to the saturation, the totally saturated repair enzymes. As to how this fixation of damage occurs, if I start off with at higher dose where we know there's higher cell damage, so there'll be less time available before the damage becomes fixed in a way that it becomes permanent. So the fixation of this damage is what that contributes to the increase in the cell kill. But as to how this fixation of damage occurs, the mechanism itself, there's no proof as to how it happens, but according to Evo, it's stated that there's two reasons as to how this fixation of damage occurs. First is due to the entry of cells carrying such damage into the most radiosensitive phase in the cell cycle, that is the G2 and M phase. Another reason is correlated to the repair saturation model, which is that the pool of repair enzymes being used up, causing the depletion of this repair system, like what I've explained just now, how at higher dose there'll be higher damage, and that's why the amount of repair enzymes used are so high, eventually the repair system becomes depleted. So overall, this is what repair saturation model is all about. Thank you.